Hi, my name's Ryan. I'm one of the travel advisors at Staffordshire County Council. Again, we're talking about your commute to work on your bike. People think about wearing bright clothes in the winter, making sure they're warm, dry. They don't always think about what they're going to travel on, which is the bike. It's really important. Every time you get your bike out, give it a 30-second check before you go out on it to work. Save yourself a lot of trouble at the roadside later on. So we're doing an M check, which is starting at the front, coming up, back down to the crank at the middle, up to the saddle and back down to the back wheel, so it's shaped like a letter M, very easily to remember. First thing we're going to check is the tyre pressure, make sure they're solid, got plenty of tread on there, make sure the wheel spins freely and it's not loose. Coming up to the handlebars, we're going to make sure they're firmly attached, there's no movement there, so the stem is tightened up. We're going to check the brakes, check that they work, front and back. Really important to have working brakes during the winter riding. Make sure there's nothing loose on the bars, nothing that's going to come off or get in the way. Back down to the bottom of the frame here, to the gears. Going to make sure those pedals turn freely. Make sure that crank turns freely and there's no movement in it. Check your chain, just visibly have a look at it. Make sure it's nice and shiny, it's not covered in rust. Coming back up to the saddle, make sure it's the right height for your commute. Check there's no tears or rips. It's not loose, which is really important. No movement sideways or front and back. Back down to the back of the bike. Again, we're going to check the pressure in the tyre. We're going to check we've got the tread ready for our winter riding. And we're going to check the wheel goes round smoothly and there is no wobbles or looseness in there. That's your basic M check. It's going to take you about 30 seconds to do that before you leave the home. Could save you a lot of time on the roadside during your commute.